Let's adjust that camera. Okay, I should be live. I hope I'm live. Or I'm dead. Dead inside anyway, but either way works. Welcome to today's D&December video. This is the 16th video in a row. And literally I've had, I think there's 2 videos that haven't been just me doing something. Because we've played Dungeons & Dragons, D&D Beyond, no, Dungeons & Dragons Online a couple times. And we'll play it a couple more times. And side note, we do have scheduled for this weekend an interview which will drop Christmas Day. I'm still not going to tell you who it is, but holy crap. But today we're talking about loot. Started because the artificer in our 3-5 campaign in my game group texted me yet again saying, kind of hinting he needs the loot so he can make cool stuff. And we apparently have a lot of time because we had some time, wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey shit pulled. Thankfully, not Wilderness Year style wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey bullshit. I'm still scarred by that. Forever. Forever and ever. But to get into what we have, I'm just going to talk about the importance of loot through Dungeons & Dragons. Now, back in the early days, the original version, OD&D, first edition, second edition, the basic D&D, loot was the big thing. Because the way things were structured, the XP was not going to come quickly. You were going to advance very slowly. Although if you were a wizard and you started getting up in levels, holy crap, were you powerful. But it was getting all those levels was a challenge because the XP requirements were sick. And you didn't really have all the ASIs or stat boosts that you get nowadays. Considered, even back as far as 3-5, every 4 levels you got 1 point. Now it's every 4 levels you get 2 points. Roughly every 4 levels you get 2 points in your character class, although rogues get a little bit more and fighters get a lot more, even more than that. So they're really awesome about that. But back in the day, you really got your power by getting all the kinds of cool loots, like the Vorpal sword, which is good for chopping heads, any plus sword that gave you a bonus to hit, and those have carried through all editions. Various magic items that gave you extra armor, extra protection. The bag of holding is probably the most classic. They even made an actual bag that they named the bag of holding because it expands and it's really cool. And I have one laying over here somewhere, but I'm not going to look for it because that means I have to go off the screen and then you have to look at all the crap in the background and wonder what the hell's going on in my room because it's an obvious disaster, which is why I keep all the lights low. But as we went on, when you get to 3-5, I've looked at how you build loot in there when you're DM. There are just pages and pages of charts of how to build loot and expand it. And you can get your swords up to +5 and also have 3 or 4 other features on them. Now that's not quite as much. I mean, it's 1, 2, 3 in 5th edition. Apparently in 4th edition, they kind of made weapons mostly just, it's magic items. It's not as important. 5th edition also kind of lessens it, but we're playing a 3-5 game. So there's let me look at all that. I'm just going to look through some of the stuff in our game. There's tons of some gold, some platinum, cursed dust of opposition. That's kind of messed up. We got some web golems. Let's see here. Some ever-burning candles. We got a big anti-scrying crystal, which we're going to put in the thing. Let's see here. We got a sword that turns into a boat. We gave that to the 12-year-old rogue who's a mutant. Let's see here. Net of snaring. Oh, yeah. Let's see here. What else? Oh, yeah. The sun sword, which actually got pulled back for 5e. But Aaron Moonsong's has a sun sword with some Corlon on it, and it's awesome, and it makes her badass. I think I got to use it once and dropped it. Yeah, that happened. But really, other than experience, this was always the thing that D&D was all about going down, kicking down the door, killing monsters, and taking loot. And I remember getting some boring stuff and some cool stuff. I mean, there's some Ring of Protections here and there. Let's see here. There's a Dagger of Venom, Boots of Suns, Stormstrider. I don't even know what those are. More stuff. With a artificer in 3.5, the artificer has to be able takes magic stuff and breaks it down to use it rather than burning XP, because that was the thing in 3.5. You want to make cool stuff, burn your XP. Imagine doing that in first edition. Yeah, it was that bad. Let's see here. I think somebody got a rug, got a flying carpet. There's a bunch of gems. That's always good. Potions and scrolls are always great. I mean, why not have something that you can read off that has magic on it? Of course, the downside is that only the people who could really cast it could read it, unless you were a rogue or somebody like that had the ability, that had used magic device. And even then, there was still percentage-wise. Oh, there's a garnet. I'll stab it in the neck. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm all the way back. I'm going to have to add that up so my artificer can start spending money and building cool things. Because I think that's one thing he created, something called basically called the Sanguine Quartz. Basically, I think I'm trying to remember the exact spell. I don't remember, but it heals so many hit points, and then it gives you regeneration of hit points per round, which is good. If you go down in 3.5, that all means you're automatically stabilized and you start healing up towards 0, because -10 and you're a corpsicle. Whereas, which would also help in 5e, where you go to 0, you're on death saves. In healing, poof, you're not dead until you get hit again. Then you're going to die. I need hot chocolate. I don't want that to get cold. So I'm going to throw it back to you guys. If there's any kind of loot that you think is really awesome, the coolest things you've found, and I'm talking cool as in has benefited your party and has benefited your character and made it fun, not like deck of many things. Holy crap, what did we just get handed? Or asshole things like the Bag of Devouring or the Berserker Axe. Berserker Axe is really cool. This is a 5e. I'm probably in other editions, but 5e, you get it, you get hit, and you go bloodlust, and you just start killing until you're unconscious or you've managed to kill everything, including your own party. I haven't thrown that at my party yet. I haven't thrown that at a party of mine yet. I will one day, because I'm evil. Although probably I'll give it to a bear totem It'll go to a bear totem barbarian, and then the party will all die. Not kidding. The bear totem is damn near impossible to kill. So think about what kind of loot pumps you up, whether it just be platinum or it be gems or it be cool magic items that you can use, because loot is awesome. I mean, they named entire crates of loot just because people like getting stuff. So until next time, I will see you.